Hello and welcome to another week of The Buzz. We're going to get right into it with Eddie Evans. Eddie on the spot. Eddie, how you doing today? Wait, he can't answer me because he doesn't know I'm going to say that. Here's Eddie.
This is Eddie Evans with the Norfolk Daily News, The Buzz, norfolkdailynews.com. I'm with Norfolk High volleyball coach Sarah Klug. Coach, so your team has had an 8-day break since playing at home against Lincoln East and Kearney.
Yep.
I know, what was it like having that break for the girls?
For the girls, I think it's been kind of long. We've been working really hard on conditioning and trying to get them back in shape and making sure everybody's healthy.
When you return to action, you play at number 2 Omaha Marion. I know that. How do you get your team prepared for a match like that?
Going, swinging away, fighting hard. They're a very good team. They're a very disciplined team. And I just talked to the girls yesterday, and I said your focus levels need to be up, your fire needs to be up, your enthusiasm needs to be up, and you just go in and you fight as hard as you can and see what the outcome is.
It is getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season, and we've got a couple great matchups coming up this weekend, including one in Class D that could be epic, like the Mexican chocolate banana muffins my wife made for me last week. Incredible. The game will be played in Howells on Friday night. Howells, as you know, is pretty much the Jerusalem of 8-man football in the state of Nebraska. And Howells Dodge, as you know, is that combination of two of the best programs the state has seen over the last 20 years. And they got it going on again this year. The numbers are a little skewed for the Jaguars, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that they've gotten so far ahead in the first half that the starters haven't played the second half. You have guys like Matthew Gooch, like Nathan Bujeda, who look like Class A players playing Class D football. They always seem to be a step ahead, a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger than their opponents. Guardian Angel Central Catholic, though, could possibly be the one team that they're not. The Blue Jays right now are averaging 61.5 points a game. I mean, if you really consider what that is, that means they're scoring 9 touchdowns a game. What does that say about Guardian Angel Central Catholic? It says that they have one of the best players in the state, and Nate Haas, who nearly ran for 2,000 yards last year. He is at it again, and you can expect nothing but a great game on Friday night in Howells. Another place where we might see a great game is way out west in Valentine. And if you know anything about high school sports in general, you know that Mark Mangino, before becoming the coach at Kansas, turned around the Elwood City, Pennsylvania Lincoln High football program, which really led him to the job in Kansas. It's kind of what Brock Eichelberger is doing in ONeill right now. Of course, Eichelberger doesn't look like the Penguin from Batman. He doesn't have a mustache, and he doesn't pose next to giant stuffed oranges. Never really did know about this Mangino guy. But Eichelberger can coach football. He won a state championship in Ewing. Right now, he's got ONeill off to a 5-0 record. A year ago, the Eagles were 2-6. In fact, they haven't had a winning season since 1996. Valentine is 3-2 on the year. They lost 28-7 last week to Ord, but ignore that. Ord's a good team. Their other loss is to the number 1 team in the state of South Dakota, and it's a home game. This is a rivalry game, an old Rangeland Conference game. They're going to give ONeill their best. ONeill moving to 6-0 would be just a great thing for the community of ONeill, and you got to figure that there's district title implications on the line Friday night as well. Another one, Stewart trying to rebound from a loss to Wynot, travels to Wausau. Thing about Stewart, 12 players on their roster. They're 3-2 on the season. They only have 3 upperclassmen. Alex Coons, their sophomore quarterback, he ran for 220 yards, passed for 165 yards in last week's 47-42 loss to Wynot. But Wynot is a pretty darn good 2-3 team. Jackson Sudbeck is one of those quarterbacks that throws the ball better than you would expect a Class D quarterback to throw the ball. And then they have the Weezer family, and I say the Weezer family because there's 4 Weaslers on the team that are catching passes, running the ball, making blocks, making tackles. Davis Weasler, the biggest of the Weaslers, he had a good night for them in that game. And the return of Brady Stratman, who was injured to the running back position, also will enhance Wynot's season. Another big game last week, and I'm going to get to this real quick, Lutheran High Northeast moved to 5-0 on the season with a win over Hartington CC Catholic. It was the 3rd loss in a row for the Trojans. And it was one of those things where one half was one game, the other half was another game. Lutheran High had a 20-13 lead at halftime. 20-7 lead at halftime, excuse me. The final score was 20-13. They could have seriously been ahead 35-0. They actually had to have a late stand at the end of the game. Lutheran High had to hold Hartington CC Catholic off at the 5-yard line in the 4th quarter when they were driving in for a potential game-tying touchdown. Both of these teams are solid teams. Hartington Cedar Catholic, even with its 2-3 record, both will likely be in the playoffs. And as I said, both have big games this weekend. Another game this weekend, Friday night, we're going to live stream for you. The West Point Beamer Cadets are coming to Memorial Field in Norfolk to face Norfolk Catholic. If the Knights should win this game, that would make it exactly 5 calendar years since they have lost a regular season game. And until next week on The Buzz, I am Tom Beamer. I hope you come back.